Welcome to Mountain Man Talks. So I'm going to be doing this for my show as well. New little things about, I know it's a little dark right here, guys. I apologize. I'm just doing a quick little video on some of the show notes in here. Welcome. I'm just coming on here to set some stuff straight for my show. So 1 second here. All right. So here we go. So I've been noticing comments on other platforms and other people's shows and mine as well and others, all this negative drama comments that people give of people, that I think it's really ridiculous. It just kind of seems like there's jealousy going on out there. If you don't like what people are doing, do something about it by like doing your own thing and, create your own format, create your own show, make a name for yourself. But if you're going to create a show bashing on other podcasters and YouTubers and stuff like that, you better have your stuff set straight and prepared for it. But I don't want no part of that. So I'm going to ask nicely to friends and my audience and people that subscribe to my channel and follow me. Be respectful. Be mindful. Be respectful to my guests and give some nice, polite comments. If you disagree with them, disagree with them. Debate with kindness. That's welcome. But if you start bashing on people and making fun of them, that just makes you look silly to me, And I'm not going to put up with that on my show. So if you're going to watch my show and you want to be part of it, whatever, awesome. I'd love to have you on the show and you could debate with me because I'll disagree with you and agree with you on some things and be respectful. But anyhow, now I got 3 guests that decide they might not want to come on my show because they've seen some comments and stuff like that on certain pages and other platforms because they feel like they're going to be made fun of or ridicule. And see, that's what really ticks me off a little bit is when you got rude people out there saying negative comments because they don't agree with what they've seen or what their research is or whatever they want to call them. What's it to you? Don't be a lowlife and talk like that. Be respectful to other people. Yeah, some people got feelings, You're gonna stick a thorn on their side, and some people are tougher than others, and they're just like, whatever. It comes in this ear, out the other, and they're not gonna give a damn what you got to say, because they know what they saw, and then they know their research, and they're gonna be putting a wall shield, like not even give you attention. Those ones are awesome because that's like I am. I'm not gonna deal with it. You know what I mean? I know what I saw, and I know what I experienced. You're not gonna tell me otherwise. You're not going to say, I'm full of it. You're not going to say that I'm, seeing whatever. You can kiss my behind. So I want my show to be respectful. And I want it to be respectful to my audience and my friends and my guests. And if I see anything negative comments on here, I'm sorry. But if we were tight and all that, well, I'll be blocking you because I'm not going to let that happen on Mountain Man Explore Truth. Because it already cost me 3 guests that are hesitating to come on my show. And that I'm not going to put up with. I already had to talk to him again, let him know, you know what? If certain people are saying anything about what you experienced or your research, I'll put them on, block. Block their messages out or delete it, whatever. Because they're going to still be welcome, as long as they're being respectful. So I ask you kindly, please be respectful. I don't want none of that crap on my show. If you want to go bash on people's research or experience or what they've seen out there, go on another podcast and do it, or do your own. If you want to be like that, go ahead. And I used to think a little bit like that myself in my older days. I used to bash on certain podcasters and YouTubers. Don't get me wrong, there's still a handful I think are kind of going about it wrong. But you know what I did? I stopped watching. I stopped listening because I didn't agree with what they got going on. So I was a better man, and I just step away. I don't want to be no part of it. For me, I don't want no drama. I don't want no part of the drama, and I'm not going to deal with it. So I'm all about being respected, as long as you, show me respect, and I'll respect you. And I'll respect your opinions. If we agree on things, that's okay. That's what it's about, right? You might think Bigfoot, let's say, for example, you think Bigfoot's just coming in and out of a different portal. And I think Bigfoot's part of the Nephilims, and you disagree with me. That's your right. I'm not going to give you a hard time, but I'll be like, well, I disagree. I think they're part of the Nephilims with, respect. Instead of saying, no, you're an idiot. You're wrong. You're full of it. Ha, ha, ha. You're just, whatever. Ha, making fun of them. That's not what it's about, guys. If you want to explore the truth and tell your truth, be respectful to people who come on. Some of them might not be believable to you, but be respectful. That's all I ask for my show. But I've noticed the reason I bring it up on my show is because I noticed a lot of it going on some podcast shows. A lot of people, I guess you can call them the clowns of the industry, that are coming in and being clowns, going in there and making fun of people, bashing on them. I sense a little jealousy in there. So you're gonna be jealous, and you call yourself a Christian, and you're gonna bash on people, and say negative things about them, and call them horrible names. You're no better. You're no better. You just look uglier and pitiful. I all I can say is I pray for people who are like that. Find themselves and love themselves. I've been learning to love myself. And I'm still working on it. But I will not put up with negative crap on my show. I just want to set that straight because I've seen some comments in my other, on Facebook, and some other comments on other people's Facebook channels, are looking at their group pages, and it's so divided out there, guys. You're going to have the Hollywood style of the Bigfoot crypto world. You're going to have one style that are looking into the truth and want to show the truth and share it. And I think that's important. But we really got to rule out all these fakers, Hollywood's, side of it, and people that are just, full of crap and think it's one side. There's multiple sides of it. If you actually think what these UFOs, Bigfoots, Dogman, you name it, if you think what they are, prove it. You could think all you want, but you haven't proved nothing. You haven't proved nothing to me. I've seen some legitimate videos and legitimate pictures of things, and I found it pretty compelling, thinking, oh wow, that looks pretty legit and creepy. So yeah, that's one thing I ask for people out there that are thinking they know everything. Prove it. Back up your findings, your research, whatever you got, And I'll be respectful. I might disagree with what you have, That's my right. But anyhow, on Mountain Man Explorer Truth, for now on, if I see any negative comments in my YouTube channel or my other shows, I will not let that happen because I want people to feel welcome, I want every kind of different types to be welcome. You might disagree with them. You might agree with them on some things. And that's awesome. Because I could see that happening. I could see people disagreeing, agreeing, being respectful. And that's what we need to go back to. So I just want to make that clear because some of the comments I see on other channels, I'm not saying just mine. I've only noticed a couple comments on certain things from certain people. And I already blocked one of them because I didn't like what he was saying or, to this other person on my show, making a comment about what they saw. And it's like, you know what? Keep your negative, rude comments to yourself, And I put up with people saying things on here because I respect some people, that I like on here. They'll say some comments, kind of bad comments, and I'm like, I'll let it slide. But no more. This is my final saying on my show. No more negative, mean comments. I won't allow it. You might not like what they're doing with this and that on their channel and their shows or whatever. That's your right. You can say your opinion and be respectful. So that I'm okay with that. As long as you're keeping in that, respectful line. So don't get me wrong. I've checked out some other podcasters and I think they're a bit harsh when they talk about certain podcasters and YouTubers, because I would think the same way about some of it, and then I realize it's not my place, and it makes me feel like I'm being jealous, and I don't want to be jealous. I want to focus on my show and let people give their chance to tell their experience and their story of what they experienced, and their research. Mountain Man Explorer Truth is about digging deeper into the truth and letting people tell their truth and feel respected and comfortable. See, that's what I want. I want people to be comfortable when they come on my show. And I also want them to be, respected by the audience, You're going to always have some people say negative, stupid things. But if my show ever grows up to that point, and I can't control what people say in the comments, or the message or the chat room or whatever. If I can't control that, all I ask is people in there, if you see something bad, let me know, and I'll take them right out. Eventually, I'll have people in there, just checking things for me, and they can take them out for me, because I'll give them that crown, So I just noticed that in the crypto world, guys, there's a lot of drama going on. He said, she say, and what really, really disturbs me is one particular person I seen on the group pages. I don't know him that well. I've heard of him. I've heard of his experience and all that. But when you're out there attacking another podcaster, YouTuber channel, and you're saying all these negative stuff about them, what's that make you? It makes you look like a fool. Don't be a fool. Don't be part of that clown. I respect your experience and your research and what you found, but you kind of made me kind of go, like I don't even want to watch your stuff anymore, because it's just, I don't want to see that crap. It's like, if you got a sore, something sore with that person that you shared stuff with, keep it between you two. Don't go blast all over the group pages going, oh yeah, this lady is a witch. She's an evil. She shows her true colors. People might not see that because you're just mad and you're trying to make them look bad. Knock it off. You're acting like children. I mean, children act better than that, really, nowadays. So I can't believe some of these adults, the way they act. So, and I'm trying not to bash on people like that, but obviously they got some mental problems. Maybe their experience ain't true, and they're just jealous because they're not getting the attention they think they deserve. That's not what it should be about. It's not what it should be about, It should be about just you telling your truth and what you believe, and that's what matters. Who cares what that person thinks or says? It's what you believe that's important. You want people to believe you. Don't fall in that trap, Stay away from that. And I just seen some drama. I was looking through the group pages and I was like, wow. Because one of them YouTubers I watch, and I respect her and her husband's show. I think it's pretty cool. And then I just started learning about the other guy and what he puts in there in the comments, and he's like trying to destroy him. He did this to another podcaster too. I don't know what's up with the guy. It seems like he's got some mental problems or jealousy. I don't know. I really thought he was a legitimate guy because I watched some of his stuff, and I respect a lot of people that he knows. And I don't know. I definitely won't welcome him on my show. I thought about asking him to come on my show. But after I seen him calling himself a Christian, Jesus, he believes I believe in Jesus. I would never talk like that. You're calling people foul names. It's pretty nasty. And making fun of them. You think that's what Jesus would do? I don't think so. I'm not going to follow everything what Jesus says and does, because I'm just me, and I'm not Jesus. So, but this guy was saying some pretty nasty things for calling himself a Christian, full-on Christian. You call people evil, they're demons and stuff like that, and it's like, dude, that's not your place to judge or say things about people. So, when I saw that ugliness, man, I was like, nah. I even talked to my buddy Rye about this particular person, and he goes, yeah, you want to stay away from that guy, because I thought about having him come on the show. So I was like, okay, I better not ask him. So, but I ain't going to say his name, because he's pretty known now, but he's definitely known for his drama. That's what I want to stay away from, that drama. So, I don't mind people calling out people for the truth. There's certain people I know that do that, call people out on truth on podcasts, YouTubes, and against certain things they don't really like. That's okay, they got the right to say their opinion, but they got to be respectful about it, you know what I mean? So, if anybody's in the chat room, I'm sorry I can't see your message right now, because I just wanted to do a quick little video and talk about that, I thought it was a little strange and disrespectful on some of the comments. It wasn't just for my stuff, it's just what I've seen in other group pages, so I want to make that clear so people don't think, was it me? Was it me or her? Could have been anybody. I'm not going to call people out. I'm just giving people heads up. If you disrespect people on my show, I won't allow it, especially my good friends and my good guests I had on the show. You can call them out on stuff that you might not believe. That's okay, but be respectful about it. Don't make fun of them. Don't hate on them because you don't believe it. This is not the place for it. If you want something like that, do it on your own channel, do it in your own group page, do it there. Because I'm not going to allow it. This is my show. I'm going to go places with it. Maybe some places that you might not like. Don't watch it. If you don't like what I am doing, don't watch it. Don't listen to it. I don't care. You know, I got a lot of like-minded people watching and following and respectful people. And people, some people I know might not like each other, but I want them to be respectful to each other to a point so they can be cool. You can debate with each other, you know, with respect. That's what I like to see. So if you do that, that's okay. If you want to disagree with each other and be respectful, that is welcome on the show. So, I mean, I disagree with some of my guests on certain things on what Bigfoot could be, and we were being respectful about it. So, I wasn't putting them on the spot. So, what do I think Bigfoot is? I think they're part of the Nephilim bloodline. That's what I think. You know, that's my right to think. Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to come on here and make that clear. And some of the people won't even be able to see this video because I don't think they're subscribed to this channel. And some of those people that I see making those comments on group pages and stuff, they're probably not subscribed to my channel. That's okay. If you want to share this in the group page, you can. You go, hey, look what Blake got to say about you. You know, people like you. You're welcome to do that. I'm okay with that. The point is, be respectful on other people's podcast shows and YouTube channels and whatever you want to call them. You can call them whatever you want, but keep it clean, especially on my show, you know. I was one of those guys that would say some rude comments about people on their page, and then I realized that's just being kind of disrespectful. I need to be more respectful on my opinions. So I change the way I say things so I don't sound too harsh. Because I'm going to disagree with them. Like, I disagree with a lot of researchers. Because they truly know what Bigfoot is, and they got all these evidence. Prove it. Throw it on the table. Let's see it. Let's see it. They have nothing. They had nothing yet. It's always he said, she said thing. That's it. They haven't shown nothing for it, you know. And what I ask for researchers to do is just have a before and after picture if you got something on film, you know, like a Bigfoot or a dogman. Let's say this is a tree. There's a dogman right next to it looking at you. Go back there and take another picture of it. Because if that's gone, the same tree, then you definitely had something. But if you go back and it's still there, most likely a pareidolia effect. That's what I ask researchers. I asked particular ones, can you go back and do another picture of that tree? Because it's right in the tree. There was like a face, for example, this is a tree. Right here, it looked like a face. Right here, it looked like a dog man in the face. All I ask is, can you do an after picture so I can see, so we can debunk and make sure it's not pareidolia, you know, or something weird going on, cloaking. Because I wasn't calling out saying that you're lying. I was just wanting the before and after pictures so you can kind of compare. Never brought it forward to me. So that made me feel like it was a hoaxer. Got to remember, guys, we got to rule out these hoaxers too when it comes to Bigfoot, Dogman, and other stuff, you know. We got some big-time paranormal investigators out there that have been hoaxing people. People believe everything they say. You know, I tested with the thermal. Remember when they used to bring thermal and you see a handprint on the wall? When they had thermal, go, look, there's a handprint. You could do that too. You put your hand on the wall for a few seconds, take it off, put the thermal there, your hand's going to show up. They fooled a lot of people back in the day like that, guys. So you got to pay attention to that. You got to rule out these fakers, hoaxers, and let the ones who are actually getting the true evidence come forward to share with you, you know. Let them be recognized for their work instead of these fakers out there. Same thing goes for podcasters, you know. You got a lot of podcasters just want to be huge and famous for the wrong reasons. Heck, I love to get up there, but if I don't, I don't. I enjoy doing this. I love doing the show. I love meeting new people, like-minded people who are interested in the same stuff. And, you know, I enjoy it. It makes me happy. It changes my mood. And now I'm back in it. I'm stoked and can't wait to see where it's going to go. So, on that note, guys, I just wanted to come on and make sure I made that clear for Mountain Man Explorer the Truth. Be respectful. Be mindful. Think before what you say. I've caught people putting comments in there and saying negative stuff, but they delete it themselves because they know I catch them and go, hey. No. They deleted themselves, which that's showing some respect. So I appreciate you doing that, because I already made it clear. I don't want to see anybody getting disrespected, because there are some friends of mine that you might not like. If some of my friends might not like you, yeah, I don't know. Be respectful to each other. You don't have to talk to each other. You don't even have to make a comment to each other. You can pretend they're not there. If anything, you can block them yourself on there and they can't see what you're saying. It'd work, because that's my friend. That's my friend. And if you guys can't get along, then don't talk. Stay separated. Be respectful. That's all I'm asking, guys. Especially on Mountain Man Explorer Truth. You got anything negative to say, and you got some pins to say, message me. If you got to go now, message me and let me know what's your problem. We'll debate with each other off air. And I'll put you in your place too, because I'll let you know straight up, you're wrong. We got to treat people better, guys. We're following the ugly line of people mistreating people and being disrespectful. And in the crypto world, we need to get rid of this drama crap. There's a lot of people being disrespected right now. And I mean, there's some people getting pretty big on a particular show, and this guy just seems like he's jealous, and he's bashing on them, and it's not cool. They worked hard where they're at, and you might not agree with what they do. But, you know, it's not your place to call them out and bash on them. So, you know, it just shows me what type of people I want to stay away from. And then I caught myself in one of those drama, incidents not too long ago, and I was like, whoa, this guy was actually being in the wrong, and these people weren't. So I stepped back and go, I need to shut my mouth before I say anything when I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So, oh no. I have to make sure it's going. Yeah, it's going. Anyhow, if you see this video, all I ask is be respectful to my audience and guests, anything on the show. Because I will not allow negative crap on my show. Show respect, and you'll get it too. So, on that note, guys, I just want to do a quick little Mountain Man talk. And I hope to see you guys come and listen and watch. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Share the show. Like I said, let's be respectful. Be mindful. All right, guys. Heading on out. So, here we go. If you'd like to come on the show, email me at mountainmanett@gmail.com. You can also message me on Facebook. Look for Blake Botel. And I appreciate Rye. Let me know on my volume. I've turned it down. Let me know how that sounds. I hope it's better. So, like I said, there's ways to reach me, guys. Look for me on Facebook. And I hope to hear from you. And thank you for coming on, checking us out. And remember, be respectful, be mindful. If you don't agree with what people are doing with their show, don't watch. Until next time, let's explore the truth together. Goodbye, my friends.